Hello, Darryl here, Precision Sail Loft. Today I just wanted to go over quick measurements on how easy it is to take your sliders measurements for a mainsail on the luff of the sail. What we have is we have a few different options here. This is your standard flat sliders. These are your round slugs. This is an external slider. And then on the end, we're going to look at those after, which is the clue slugs, heavy duty clue slugs on your mainsails. So I'm going to start with the mainsail slider. I do have a set of calipers. Okay, you can pick them up for $7 at your local hardware store. Well worth the investment. Really quick, it's accurate, and it's worthwhile having them anyways. So here's a set of calipers on a flat slider. You can see the profile there. There's two measurements that you want on the measurement form. You want to get the width of your slider, and so the width of this slider is 19 millimeters wide. Okay, so 3/4 of an inch. And then the next one you want to get is you want to get the neck width, because that's the part that has to go up between the groove and the mast. So we're looking at 19, and the bail part is 6.6 millimeters. So if you just write those two measurements down on the measurement form, I'll make sure that you get the right slider. That's how you take a flat slider measurement off your existing sliders. The next one I'm going to do is I'm going to pick a metal bail round slug, which is also used on the luff of a mainsail. Two measurements again that you need, the same as you want the width of the slug part, and that's coming in at 9 millimeters. The other key measurement on these sliders is again the same. You want the neck width. So the neck on this is only 3 millimeters. Plenty strong enough, because as you can see the difference, this is metal on the neck and this is plastic on the neck of the sail. So depending on what rig you have to make sure that we get the neck dimension correct. So if on these sliders you do not have a set of calipers, another way of doing it is to go and almost everyone has drill bits, so go and pick a drill bit size that matches the bail of your slider, the slug of your slider. So you can hold one over the other and have a look, and I know that this dimension of the size of this drill bit will be the exact same dimension of that slug. Provide me with the drill bit size, and I'll make sure that we get the right slug just by lining them up one over the other. It's a simple method, and it's accurate for what we need in the sliders. The same goes as the slug. We can do the same on the bail of your slider. Okay, so those are the basics to measuring your flat sliders and your slugs. When we look at external sliders, they're one of the harder sliders to measure. It's not that they're hard, but they're very confusing. So there's two different measurements you can give me with a set of calipers or a tape measure. I want the width of your actual track that goes up the mast. Okay, so you can measure the width of your track that goes up the mast. Give me that measurement. Let me know that you measured it off of the track, not off of the slider itself. If you do have a set of calipers, what you want to do is the track rides in the edge on each side there. Okay, so you want to get your calipers and you want to set them so they go right to the edge, and that'll give you the inner diameter of this slider. This one is B015SS is the brand and the part number, and that's 22.78 millimeters wide. So what that means is if you give me that measurement, it's going to fit on a track that's slightly smaller, but at least we know it's going to fit properly. So calipers are well worth the investment. If you don't, there is other methods of doing it, providing the track or the measurement off the track, which is a little bit easier without calipers. The last one I want to do is your clue slugs. Same thing goes with clue slugs as every other slider. Okay, this is going to go at the end of your boom. There's going to be webbing strapped to the clue ring on your mainsail. Okay, same idea. You want to measure this, which is 2.7, so just about 3 millimeters wide on the neck. And when you go down to the slider, this is a 12 millimeter slider, so it's just under ½ an inch width on that slider. So again, calipers are useful, but it can be done by lining up a correct size drill bit in that occasion as well.